All right, everybody, welcome back to the morning after. It has been quite the off season. As we've discussed, season is here, school is here, things are getting hectic. Do you have a cocktail?
I have a glass of wine. It was my first day of school today.
Oh my gosh, also the Labubus. I didn't know Emma had Labubus and that you were gonna, yeah, I feel like we were so against them and all of a sudden there they were. How did that happen?
Well, she just showed up that way this morning. That's the statement she wanted to make. And I will tell you, I just came from like the first night meetings with the teacher and the principal and all that stuff.
Mm,
And I got asked about those Labubus.
you did.
Yeah.
Is she like one of many that has them
I
or
noticed other Labubus, but I back ended it into them by saying like, Jeff was in Japan and that's why she, got these Labubus. But
is
I
that
don't
where
know.
they come from?
I have no idea. But I mean, should she not be rolling with them? Is it like wearing like gold chains or something? If you're like 14, like is it like is it a thing? Does it mean is she in some sort of a group that I'm not aware of? Is she speaking code?
For sure she's in a group now. If she wasn't, she's in the Labubu group,
Mm,
which I don't know about it, or I don't know about the groups. I will say the Labubus have become a real problem in our house.
wow.
Yeah, Hunter is like, "Mommy, can I play with my Labubus?" I'm like, no, not right now. And then she won't let her sisters touch them. So I told her, I was like, either you share or those things are getting gifted to kids who will share them.
Wow.
I mean, God, aren't they so ugly?
They're so ugly. I don't get it. But like again, a child of my generation, girls really enjoyed. I'll admit I'm old, but for girls of my age, it was the Cabbage Patch dolls that I
Oh,
thought were really
yeah,
ugly, and then
yeah.
Beanie Babies were a thing, and those were ugly. And
Those
like,
weren't that ugly.
well, I mean, do we think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were cute? I mean, like everything they make is ugly.
I guess because they like put them on their book bags and like stuff like
Yes.
that. So all of a sudden, that book bag she's carrying, which do you mind sharing with the audience how much the book bag was?
Oh, it was nothing. It was like a little. It's a little sprunky backpack.
Uh-huh. Well, now it's like $120 to
Gosh, do
lose
I have
that
to
thing.
be worried about that? Oh my God. Just
I
add it to
mean,
the
you
list.
might. I feel like people are gonna like kids might steal that. Honestly, I was a klepto. I would have stole that shit off her book bag real quick.
Wow. You are a
It's just it's
klepto.
just things we gotta think about, you know? All right, let's get into our It's a Lot though. What you got?
So mine is, everybody first day of school was great. I love my teacher. My teacher. I feel like, first of all, I was already confused just from her presentation, but she's amazing because we had her in kindergarten and now we're lucky to have her again in second grade.
Oh, that's
But
nice.
I'm walking in, and this mom who I enjoy, but I won't name, said, "So, have you already taken care of camp?" And I'm like, "What? Like, I mean, do you mean like aftercare or kids club or whatever they're calling it this year?" And she's like, "No, no, 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 no." She's like, "Have you started thinking about what you're going to do next summer for camp?"
No. No.
I almost fell down. I
Oh
was
my
like, listen, lady, we just got to the first day. We are not looking ahead to, but I mean, here's the thing. Some people are so planned and so scheduled and they're
yeah.
figuring things out. And I already on day one feel like, am I not like doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I supposed to be thinking about camp between 2 and 3? And then the following program and who's next year's teacher? I'm just like, holy cow, I can't
No.
believe it. It's
I
unreal.
You just reminded me though, the camp the girls went to, the spend the night camp, their registration for that I was September 2nd. What's today?
Today,
Second.
stop the podcast, close the Chromebook. It's over. Get your ass to logging those kids in right now. I'm telling you, the things again we think about when we were kids, and
Yeah.
I know how it rolled. I know you guys, but in my life, my summer was I woke up. Maybe my mom threw a banana at my face, and I walked to a tennis court, and that's
Yeah.
all like you did. And you came home when it was dark, and that was life. And there's something about that I kind of missed in a way.
I I mean, I don't kind of miss it. I really miss it. And we talk about it a lot. Like the world's changed, right? It's not as safe. You know, you do kind of have to helicopter parent. I thought of you the other day, not as a helicopter parent, but I remember when we were at that park with Emma, and my daughter came up to me, and we've kind of discussed this too, but she was like, Mommy, I need to go to the bathroom. And I have the other three on the soccer field. And I was like, all right, well, they're fine because we're there with the coach. But I have to walk, like I can see the bathroom, but I'm going to walk over there because there's been all these videos of men waiting in bathrooms.
No.
Yeah. Like, and there's this one specific one I'm remembering that I watched like 2 weeks ago. That was a dad that was recording, and I guess he does this a lot or something. And to see if he can catch someone, sent his daughter in, was videoing, and there was a man behind the stall, like waiting. And he was like, yo, you know, this is a girl, like kind of like getting in his face. And the guy like acted like he didn't speak English or something and left. But like, you wish it could be that way, but it really can't. You can't do it anymore.
No, it's all hands and on deck. And I'm so thankful for our teacher. She gave a great presentation, and she's one thing, like all the stuff. I didn't understand any of it. I'm like, wait, crap, what, this math and that thing and spelling it. She said the most simplistic thing that just stuck with me. She said, my number one job is to love your children and keep them safe. And then it's to teach them. And that's all I needed to hear. And I was like, all right, I'm out. I got to go.
Yeah.
I'm late for the podcast.
You enjoyed her in kindergarten?
Yes, thoroughly.
Oh, good. That's great. And Emma liked her?
Yes. Yeah.
And by the way, when you say my teacher or our teacher, I am right there with you, because in the end, you're kind of doing the homework anyway. So they are your teacher.
Yeah. And Emma's in trouble.
Yeah. You like how, like, you know, they do the Amazon wish list for teachers. You know how they do that? I'm like, listen, I will buy whatever is on this Amazon list if I can have your cell phone number. Because like, if I forget that they have a dentist appointment or something, and it's kind of a hassle, you got to call the front office and you got to email the teacher. And if the teacher doesn't email you back, then you got to call the front office again, email the front office. And I'm like, listen, if I just have your cell number so I can just like text you real quick, like, yo, I got to pick them up 10 minutes early for an appointment, I would really appreciate that.
Yeah. That's how I am with doctors.
Doctors' numbers are pretty awesome.
Yeah. And we're going to get to your It's a Lot, but I forgot to tell you that I now have the best family doctor through this podcast.
Oh my God. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, but real quick, tell me what a family doctor does. Because you know how they have you go in there, like, who's your, what do they even call it for adults? It's like your
general GP.
Yeah, your general practitioner. And I'm going, I don't have a general practitioner.
Well, you just need somebody that, you know, can do the basic blood work, and somebody that, like, if you're the throat is sore and you know you need a Z-Pack, but you don't, like.
Do you go to the 24-hour med? Like,
oh yeah, I go to those a lot too.
Yeah. So here's my thing. What are you looking up when you're looking up a doctor like that? Are you looking up general practitioners in the area? Because then I think you get OBGYNs, you get eye doctors, and you're like, no, I just need a doctor that does like the basics.
Yeah, I mean, apparently Googling which doctor will give me his personal cell phone is not the way to do it. So.
All right, so what does your family doctor do? Is it like for everyone?
No, it's like adults mainly, I think. But he does my like blood work and my prescription.
Oh, so he's your general practitioner.
Yeah, isn't that what it's called? But yeah, his wife is a big fan of the podcast. We knew a mutual doctor in common, and he's fantastic.
Oh my God. Well, thank goodness for that. I am jealous because I don't have one. You are in the Calabasas area and you are a family doctor, general practitioner. The people that do the basics, please reach out and let me know. My phone number is.
Yeah, my stats are. My blood type is. What's your It's a Lot? Bring it.
Well, we always talk about school and stuff on this podcast with the kids, but I recently have redone my girls' after school activity situation. As you know, my girls are gymnasts, but I want them, and they want to try other things. We are trying it for the first week this week, the new things, and I'm going to show you in a second to see if they like it, and give it a few shots. And if not, then we'll go back to gymnastics, all the things. But let me just show you my weekly schedule.
Oh, no. I see your schedule, and let me tell you what your problem is.
What is it?
You had too many children.
Yeah, damn right I did. You know what? And I'm trying, like, again, we talked about struggling with parenting and them being so close in age and competing and comparing and all these things. So I'm trying my best to kind of separate it. But turns out I can't. I'm one person. And right now, especially with Matthew gone for the season, I don't know how I'm gonna. I mean, I've tried to time it up where I can get everyone everywhere. Kids will be doing homework in the car and stuff like that, trying to get all. But I'm just gonna like run through it real quick so people understand. Hunter and Tyler have gymnastics on Monday. Chandler and Sawyer have tumbling because they don't. We're trying to get out of the gymnastics a little bit. Chandler, Sawyer, and Hunter have soccer on Tuesday. That's my lightest day. Chandler, Sawyer, tutoring. Chandler, Sawyer, and Hunter dance. Hunter and Tyler, gymnastics. Chandler and Sawyer, volleyball. That's all on Wednesday.
Well, I'm not talking to you on any Wednesday. You are going to be mean and not nice.
No, you're not. Yep, you're so right. Thursday, Tyler has dance. Chandler and Sawyer and Hunter have soccer. And Friday, Tyler has soccer. Saturday, they both have soccer games. Get this, first soccer game, an hour and a half away.
You mean without traffic?
Without traffic.
Okay.
It is past Santa Barbara.
2.5 hours away.
Like, I'm not like, and I showed Matthew this, and obviously I've updated our family calendar, and he was like, I'm stressed for you, and I'm not even doing any of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, again, I don't have family. Like, usually people rely on their family to help out, and I don't have any of that here. So it's kind of just like on me to try and make it, I don't know, make it work for them. And I want them to be able to try everything. I want them to find what they love and stuff like that. But damn, I don't know how I'm going to, like, I feel like every week I'm going to look at the calendar and go, fuck.
Do you feel like you give them, and this, I'm not being critical.
No,
but do you
please.
feel like you give them too many options? Like, do they need to know that all of these things exist?
No, you're probably right.
And they walk by a television and they're like, wait, there's soccer? And you're like, oh, that's in Europe.
Yeah. Well, I feel like soccer is just the easiest sport to get your kids in at the beginning, right?
But I
my
mean,
kids, they really like it. I know. Yeah. But like, say Hunter didn't like soccer. All right, well, I pull her. I still have Chandler and Sawyer going.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I mean, like, again, I want to be able to, you know, give them the opportunity to try. And like, this is fall. And then we'll discuss spring when spring gets here. But I'm also trying to pull them away from each other so that they can find on their own what they love and not all of us like automatically give up because their sister's better at it than them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, you have dynamics times 12 because there's 4 of them and they all have varied interests, and then you're also in the greater Los Angeles metro area, which in itself is logistically hard.
Yeah.
And your family's 2,000 miles away. Your mom, your dad, Matthew's mom and dad are in Texas. I mean, how about this? Can you lean on other moms who have parents within that sport that you can buddy up with?
I think I can lean on someone for soccer for the older 3. But my only problem with that is like, hey, it's not taking 1 kid. It's taking 3 children.
Oh, 3. Oh,
you know,
so they automatically have to have a Yukon just to fit your children, right?
Yeah, and I hate asking people to jump from 1 to 4. Like, hey, you're taking your daughter. Can you take my 3 while you're at it? So, again, I'll figure it out as time goes. I'm sure some of these things will start to fall off. I'm praying there's certain things that'll fall off, but who knows? Because then on Sundays, it's not like it's a day of rest like it should be.
No, Sundays are a lot for you, whether it's people coming there, whether it's just you going to the games with 4 girls and what that involves. I mean, I think people have this idea that football for you in some ways is just like what it is for us, the football fan. And it is not. It is a different experience. It's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you also have a lot of logistics once that football season hits that I have watched in the front row seat. And it would be a lot to take in with everything
Yeah.
else. And also, your husband is the most loving, supportive, giving, kind, good. He just doesn't, he just can't right now.
He
Like,
can't.
it's just, and you get it, you understand it. You're
Yeah.
however many years into this, it's going to be a challenging fall.
This felt like, honestly, and they were so excited to try it all that I can't really back down now. But hopefully some of the stuff they'll be like, not my favorite, whatever. And also, I didn't even mention this. The older three have some games on Sunday.
Yeah, our soccer games are on Sundays, which I find very interesting because I would think like, and we're between like 10 and 12:30, and I've always thought like, well, what about like if you wanted to go to mass or whatever. I mean, we'll figure it out. It works, but
Yeah.
I would just be interested to hear from parents with multiples how they kind of navigate all of that. But again, I
Yeah.
think in a lot of cases they might have a husband, a partner, or another person they can rely on for that. So I think you got to lean into your other available parents to work out deals. You got to start throwing out,
Yeah.
girl. You got to start throwing out some sideline passes. Who can take these? Who can take these three kids? To Santa Monica for a soccer game. Guess
Yeah.
what's going on Sunday? Football.
You know what? And I will take your child to the game on Sunday and they will be gone the entire day. So I will entertain. Just give me 2 hours of your time. I'll give you 14 of mine. I feel like that's a good trade. But no, it'll be, you know what? It'll get here and it'll happen. Speaking of, this podcast is going to get a little heavy. Part of the reason for it is because of what we're talking about. Busy. Like, we are both very busy. And I know Hank talked about or was it 2 weeks ago, things happening that make you kind of pause and look around and say, you know what? Is this what I want for my life, my family? Or do we take this another direction? Do I want this anymore? And I truly believe that sometimes God puts us through those moments to give us that clarity.
Yeah.
We related it to the brain thing. And I believe if you face it head on, it makes you better in the
Yeah.
end when these
Yeah.
tough circumstances come up. But we have been discussing for a while now. And I'm going to get a little like choked up.
Don't. There's no need for choking because this is,
We're joking.
as you said, we've been having these conversations for a while, and we're talking specifically about the future of the podcast. Don't worry,
Yes.
the podcast is not going anywhere. But as you know, many of you who listen and who have been so supportive, and thank you for the situation that I dealt with over the summer with somebody making an allegation that was 100% not true, but caused me to have to deal with that. And I did, thankfully, completely on the other side of it. But that time of my life made me reevaluate my life. And the reality is the two things that are so important to me right now are time and privacy.
Yeah.
And when we talk about time, the reality is, this podcast right now, it's 8:15 my time at night. We tape, to work with your schedule and to work with my, life work balance child schedule. So like right now, when I do this podcast, I have to get Emma out of the house.
Yeah.
I can't have her here. Can't have dinner with her. That is time that I don't want to sacrifice in my life. And when we talk about privacy, yes, today I posted a photo of her, from, first day of school. I wasn't intentionally shooting her from behind. I'm not going to be one of those parents who puts a heart over her face. I'm going to show my child I'm proud of her. But the reality is I also know that this podcast requires us to share a lot of personal information about our lives, about our children, about what they're doing, specific details. After what I went through, knowing that completely out of the blue, somebody can, work to, tarnish your name with information that is not accurate, using information that might be out there. Again, This was all part of a investigation that not only the police did, but that I did on my own. We hired our own team to figure this out.
Yeah.
And what I know is that privacy is key. And so I love talking with you multiple times a week and sharing all of that stuff with you. And I want to share that stuff in the future with the people who love this podcast and who've been so incredibly supportive of me. But I just don't think that this is the right time in my life to be able to continue doing this in the way that we should with the podcast.
Yeah.
So at this point, we've had a lot of conversations about this, me, you, and Kiki. At this point, I just feel it is better for me to kind of dip from the podcast. Not saying that I'm not going to be involved and work with you and have other opportunities to engage, but the weekly schedule of it and what it requires is not something that is motivation for me right now.
Yeah. I think it's really relevant what you're saying. If you just look at what happened last week when I bared my soul about the struggling I'm having parenting one of my kids, and the headlines weren't that. So I get where you're coming from, and my kids are going to read these headlines. And we always talk about what's the balance here? Like, what do we share? What do we not share? And turns out this podcast is about most of it is about parenting, because I feel like we both know everyone struggles with it, and to find community in that is why I started this to begin with. But I totally understand where you're coming from. And to be honest, guys, we had just been discussing this for a while for this to happen after this season. But with, the schedule that I have now, and with Hank, wanting to be more private, it just unfortunately made more sense to do it now.
Kind of upticked it a little bit, and that's okay. And it worked for what both of us needed to do. I mean, listen, I'm a member of the media. I love the media. I love members of the media who work to get it right, and most of them do.
Yeah.
But because of what was broadcast just on one particular television station and the ramifications of that, some of them involving, as you know, people posting photos of my child, in tabloids that were blurred. I mean, I can't put into words properly how that affected me. It affected me at a cellular level that was unlike anything that I've experienced in my life before. So I don't want my child to be that exposed, and I don't want to give those journalists who are not operating in a responsible manner any material.
Yeah.
And again, the majority do the right thing. The majority are operating with good intentions, but unfortunately, I've seen it now from a different lens. But really, ultimately, it's more about the time. Our schedules last year, our tour, we had a blast, but that was 5 weekends traveling, and then I made my way to LA probably 3 or 4 other times. And
it was a bitch. You can say
yeah,
it. We love y'all, but that was hard.
We figure it out, but for me, logistically, it's just a little bit tricky with what I have going on. So you and I have been joined at the hip for almost 15 years now. Like we've got our thing. We've had these conversations. With this podcast has been a fun thing for us for a couple of years, but our history, our journey, the things that we've gone through, none of that impacts what we have.
No. I mean, to be honest, I would sit here and tell you I would miss our weekly catch-ups, but we're going to have weekly catch-ups. They're just going to be in private. Again, the privacy thing is huge. We have those discussions all the time and those were in these talks, because I'm sitting here going, when is it enough for me? Because I know that it's not always my children that are in the headlines, but it's me. And it's, a reputation all of a sudden that I have that I don't think resembles who I am, but it's part of it. And I think I hate it, but I think you're doing an incredible thing by protecting Emma from that. This will be an ongoing battle with me and what I share with my kids. And again, ultimately, we were laughing because the past 6 months, our times for recording the podcast have been all over the place. Yeah. And honestly, I never thought about it until you brought it up a few months ago that you were like, I am a co-parent. I get Emma certain times and I want to be able to spend that time with Emma. I don't understand. I don't come from that. So like, I didn't really understand it until you brought it to light. Like I didn't even think about it. That sometimes when I'm asking you to reschedule during your time with Emma, like on Tuesdays, that it's hard for you because you don't get every day all day like I do with my children.
Yeah.
Um
And my TV job requires me, I'm there till 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and it's
yeah.
only 3:30 your time, and I'm taping after that. So it's
Mhm.
just logistically, either I'm doing it as she's trying to eat dinner or go to bed, or after she's gone to bed, and then I don't want to be too loud because I don't have several floors of this estate to hide in another soundproof room. So,
You poor knob.
so it's just, although yours isn't soundproof either. When those kids are screaming, I can hear those kids screaming.
No, I know.
But
But this is one of the things I'm gonna miss. To be honest, Hank, like you have always kept me grounded in such a funny, lighthearted way that makes me see it and understand it, but also laugh at myself and laugh at the situation. Listeners are gonna miss your witty comments when I'm being dumb and you're just calling me out for it. The love that you have just for everyone around you, you feel it through the podcast. And honestly, like the laughter comes from you. That's where it roots from. And I know listeners are gonna miss it. I mean, I know I'm gonna miss the hell out of you on this. I don't, to be honest, if you didn't come on this show, no chance I'd still be going. I needed a best friend on the other side of this camera to do this with and to feel comfortable and to support me in my vulnerable moments while I'm looking at you crying and you're just, no one sees it, but you're just sitting there nodding and going, you're fine, like you got this. And always know how to bring me up when I'm not feeling my best about whatever I might be going through. So I mean, I'm going to miss the hell out of you on this. I hope that we can find the time for you to come guest whenever, because I know everyone, including myself, I'll be hearing from you. You'll probably be hearing from me more than you want now that you won't be on this. But
oh shit.
I, oh, you asshole. This is what I'm talking about. God. Fuck you.
No,
But I
listen,
also love you.
that is the kindest, sweetest. And listen,
It's true.
as you know, we have a huge audience and following in Detroit, and this is
Yeah.
my home. This is where I built my brand to help people, and this has given me a whole nother platform to be able to connect with people, and it has been so valuable, and I've loved it, and I want to keep hearing from my splashers and my people. And they're great, and it's a community, and it's something that you created. Remember, this when this all started, this was an initial conversation we had, and at that time it wasn't right. The timing wasn't right for my life to join you at that moment, and you
Yeah.
did it on your own, and you created this, and you did a phenomenal job, and you've really created this community, and I love that you brought me into it for a couple of years, and I love that you respected the idea where I said, listen, it's just not clicking clacking for me right now, but it doesn't mean that I don't love it and you and the people that listen to it, because it has been so much fun. I've made so many new friends. I call everybody friend. I can meet you one time at the Target, getting a sale item, and you're my friend. So I've made so many new friends, and I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed the journey of it. I've learned a lot.
Well, again, like I'll second that too. I feel like our relationship through this has grown to the point where, I'm not going to be able to go long without talking to you. And I know you made a little dig at that, but it's the truth. Like you are a best friend that I know how you have my back in my worst moments. And I hope that, I have yours. You talk shit about Hank, I'm going to come after you. And again, like it has been such
Trust me, those days are over. Hank's coming after people.
I love it.
No.
Let's
I
go.
mean that lightheartedly in a certain context, but
Yes,
you know what I mean. Like,
I do know what you mean.
we're here. We've got each other. I've always
Yeah.
been, one of your biggest cheerleaders, and sometimes it's been hard in Detroit to
Fuck
do
yeah.
that on certain days.
I mean, you were my only friend after calling out the governor. And listen, that was a time in life that was tough on everyone, but in my weakest moment where I felt the most alone, Hank was at my door. And where everyone hated me there, or it felt like.
Telling you to delete said video.
Yeah. And you had the idea of going to all those small businesses
Oh my
and
God, I remember
supporting and
that.
throwing it. Yes.
Yes.
And we did it together. And it was, I mean, something I'll never forget, because that time for me, I could have really lost myself, because I felt like I was like, everyone fucking hates me. And Detroit can feel small. And I'm sure, to be honest, it might have been how you felt going through everything you went through. Like, you feel really like everyone's looking at you, talking about you, when really no one gives a fucking shit. I will say, like, you were the one who showed up, and you are a public figure. And the fact that you were helping me could have looked bad on you, but you did it anyways. And I love you for that. And I loved having you on this podcast for, I don't even know how many years it was. Again, you're the reason it's still going. You and Kiki, really.
Kiki,
So
love me some Kiki. But I mean, you know what it's like after you came on the other side of that, and people saw what your true intentions were, or what you went through with your brain tumor issue. You felt the love of this community, and once the truth was revealed with my situation, man, did the floodgates just open. And it's just been wonderful. I was in the station talking to our security guard, and one of the people who helps answers the phones, and she's like, the phones are just ringing off the hook with people asking about you and wanting to make sure you're okay. And it's just like, that stuff is just phenomenal. So I feel that. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I appreciate Kiki. I don't want this all to be gloom and doom, though, because this is actually really kind of like happy stuff.
Yes. Well, then let's look forward. All right. So what's
next? So I'll
be
launching my own podcast tomorrow with Taylor Swift. Goodbye, Kelly.
Turns out I'm not that busy, or I don't care about the public and private eye or public eye. I just found a better fucking co-host, so I'm out.
Use promo code Hank.
Swipe up, bitches. They don't swipe up anymore. Click the link, whatever it is. But seriously, like, what's new? What's next? What's the thought moving on from here?
I want to continue helping, and that's my goal. I want to help in every capacity. I love being able to do that, and my intention stays the same. I just want to make sure that I'm using the time that I have the right way. And for me, that opportunity, which I looked for the blessings in it, and eventually they all came to me. And the blessings were, I found out and know that I have so many people who love and care about me. Blessing. Yeah. I know the best way to use and manage my time moving forward. And I also know what I have to do to make sure that, I'm taking care of the people that I love and protecting them. And so bad situation, found out the silver lining of it, found out the good things. And man, what a blessing. It's just a gift to have all of this that I have in this life. I can't get over it. I'm so thankful. And I know you feel it every day. And I know I make fun of you for, the life that you live, which is, it's a big life. You live a big life, but it's like, at the end of the day, none of that crap matters. Yeah. The material parts of it just don't. And no matter what struggle anybody listening to this is going through, exactly what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And you also know that you're going to be just fine. Yeah. You're going to be just fine.
And like you said, if you're going through something, or if you've gone through something, lean on the people you love most. Be there for the people you love most. These situations are going to pop up throughout your life. And having someone who will love and listen and support you no matter what. Well, if you murder someone, they probably won't. But I'm thinking of scenarios where that might not happen, and that might not. You know what I mean? It might look really bad. I'm not kidding. If I murdered someone and you supported me, I'd be like, Hank, you might not want to do it. It's going to ruin you too. And a real friend will tell you that. Be like, don't support me.
I know what you're saying, but I would say to the people out there, if you don't have it, find yourself your Kelly.
Well,
whoever your Kelly is, find your Kelly.
oh my God, and I would say
I
find your
have my
Hank.
Kelly, and she happens to be named Kelly, but maybe we trademark that. Find your Kelly, because it's true. You find your person who is that for you, and mine happens to be the girl that I met who was Kelly Hall, who had the little twang still, who and now she's grown into this beautiful woman, Mrs. Kelly Stafford, who is running this company and has got 4 kids and a loving husband and the same social group that I met 15 years ago. So that tells you something. The people are still there. That circle is still there. And guess what? I'm still there. I'm still in that core. And so that makes me the lucky one. That makes me the lucky guy. So go find yourself your Kelly, y'all. Go find it. Now here's the problem. Everyone's going to come up to me. They're going to be like, this is my Kelly. I'm at Starbucks and I'm yelling at the barista for writing a whole
the barista's gonna put it on your phone like, I'll be your Kelly.
And guess what? Sure. Why
no,
not?
bitch, that's me. You can't take mine.
Yeah.
No, I love you so much, Hank. And I know this podcast has brought us closer, so I'm so fucking thankful for it. Distance can do a lot of things to people. You can lose sight of people when you're far. So again, like having this and having the chance to be able to talk to one of my best friends every week who's going through the same shit I'm going through when it comes to parenting and figuring out, well, I guess not dating, but like, just like loving somebody unconditionally and balance and all of this stuff. It has really, I feel like talking to you every week has made me a better person. And I truly believe that because you always ground me to who I am and remind me that whatever I am is enough, which is rare that people do that. So I hate that this is ending, but I also know that it's only ending publicly.
Yeah.
Privately will be the exact same.
I'm not a crier. I don't cry.
I only cry out of one eye, remember? So like on average, we're half an eye.
You have that defect where you only cry on one eye. I've only cried watching like the early Survivor season finale. So I clearly have some emotional damage. I still remember it when Colby got cut. I don't know what happened to me. It was like Survivor 1. And I still remember like boo-hooing. It must have been tied to something else.
I'm totally gonna miss this too because I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
I know,
I love you.
So old.
I know.
I'm just so. Oh my God! This mom today, we were walking and she mentioned the little boo boos, and I explained to her like how I told you that that boo boos were like Cabbage Patch dolls or whatever when I was young, and she was like, "How old are you?" Like she said it like that, and I said, "I'm 51," and she looked at me like I had just kidnapped her. But she was very nice. She's like, "Oh, I thought you were in your 40s." And I'm like, "No, girl, I'm 51. Judge is here. He just got here.
I feel like that's a good thing. They're like, "Oh my God, you look so young."
I know. Kelly's getting emotional. Can I give you a kiss?
Judge.
I want to be emotional too, but
he doesn't cry. Hi, love.
Look at his,
do you cry? Do you cry for him?
Are you a crier?
I feel like you should know that.
Really? I think if I'm drinking, yeah.
Oh, drinking brings the tears.
That's light.
That's insane. You both have beautiful eyes, though.
Yeah, but his are like they frighten me. They're so too much. I know.
Well,
I really
you're like George's eyes, where if you have a gummy, it's like, whoa, you're looking into my soul.
I can't do the gummy stuff. I haven't figured out how that works and the dosage, and it doesn't.
Well, don't you worry. I'm gonna visit, or you're gonna visit, or we'll both visit, and I will make sure that we figure it out together. And maybe we'll record it because we never did the High podcast, and I really think we should have.
I loved your hesitation about coming here. You were like, you're gonna come here, and that.
I don't know.
Come and get me at a Lions game. It'll be a blast.
Yeah, no way. That sounds so fun. But the Lions play here, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm coming to that game.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, there'll probably be all Lions fans there too. So, it'll be the same scenario. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I will be visiting. We just won't be announcing it.
Yeah.
or doing anything, but like
But I
going to
will be at
dinner.
the I will be at the Lions Rams game, so there's that. So,
Okay, well, let me know your flight. We'll talk about this off air.
yes.
All right. Well,
Bird, have we shed enough tears?
you're already trying to get off. Okay, it's fine. It's just the last podcast, but it's okay.
It's bedtime for my child.
Okay, yes, you have to go tuck him in. I love you so much. I'm so grateful for you on so many different levels. Podcast is one of them, but God, there's so many more. And Hank, I know I'm speaking for everybody when we say we will miss you. And guys, if you see him on the street, go tell him you'll be
Introduce me to your Kelly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But should we wrap this thing up like we always have?
Have a splash.
Make a splash. Thanks, y'all.